Hi there, my name is Diane Richmond, and today I'm going to teach you how to roast a turkey using the high heat method. The great thing about this is that it cooks the turkey very quickly, and it allows the dark meat to cook fast without drying out the white meat. The couple of things about high heat roasting: you do need an exceptionally clean oven, because when the temperature is that high, if there's any bits or things in your oven, it will tend to smoke a little bit. So you want to just take care of that maybe ahead of time. The next thing about the high heat roasting is that you do want your turkey to be at room temperature. So if you have like a 15 to 16 pound turkey roughly, you want to leave it out on the counter, still covered in its plastic wrap, for about 3 to 5 hours, and that will get it to room temperature, so you'll be ready for putting it into the oven and high heat roasting it. You're going to take the wings and you're going to fold them under, and you just kind of sort of bend them back and tuck them in under the back of the bird. And in that way, you've got a nice, these will stay in place nicely. These guys here, you actually want to put a little bit of tin foil on, so the ends of the turkey legs don't burn and don't dry out and burn too much. So I have 2 pieces of tin foil that I'm just sort of popping around the edge here. There we go, he has his little socks on now. So he is all set. The next thing you want to do is put the bird into a roasting pan. And I actually have a roasting pan here that is terrific. It was a little bit of an expensive thing, but I love it and I use it so often for roasting, and it's absolutely great. And it also helps when you want to make your gravy after the turkey is finished, because you can put this right onto the stove top and you don't have to worry about it. So I've got here my roasting pan. I have a roasting rack in here, which is sitting, and I also have about 3/4 of an inch of water on the bottom of the pan. That's going to keep it from burning too much and during the cooking. And now I have my turkey, which I will be putting right onto my roasting rack. There we go. The other thing about the turkey, as far as prepping it for the oven, you want to rinse your turkey in cold water, just inside and out, just rinse it all off, and then you want to take paper towels or a cloth and really pat it dry, like it should be totally dry on the outside. Then, after you've done all that, oh, and also one other thing, you want to make sure you remove the giblets. There's a little package of giblets in there. You want to take that out. You also want to take out the neck, which one of them is stuffed into the cavity and the other one is stuffed into the back of the bird. So you want to double check both ends of your bird and make sure that you take those out, which we will be saving those for another use in a little bit. So now I've got my turkey in the pan on my roasting rack with 3/4 of an inch of water in the bottom. I've put little tin foil around his legs so they don't burn. I've tucked back his wings so those don't burn either, because those would burn to a crisp in this high heat. And now what you want to do is take about 1/4 cup of olive oil, and you just want to smear it all over this baby. There we go. And just get every surface. I mean, the skin has a lot of fat in it anyways, but this really helps it brown nicely, and it'll make it crisp up really well too, so you'll be happy. You'll be much happier with the skin if you do this. So that's that. You also want to be able to put some, a little bit of pepper over the top, over all the exposed areas here, and a little bit of salt. I prefer kosher. I think it tastes great, and the larger size crystals give it a nice crunch, and your turkey skin will be absolutely delicious if you use this. So now our turkey is ready to go into the oven, which we have preheated to 500 degrees. Sounds high? It is high, but it works really well. I will mention one thing here before I put it in. There is no stuffing in this bird, nor should there be. If you're using the high heat method, you don't want to stuff the bird. You want to have the bird unstuffed, and that way the heat circulates around the whole bird and it cooks it the way it should cook it. Stuffing with this kind of high heat method does not work so well. Before you put the bird in the oven, you've got the little tin foil things on the bottom of the drumstick. You also want to put a very loose foil tent over the bird. So just kind of pop a little tin foil on there. Doesn't have to be tight, that's it. And now it's time to put the turkey in the oven. We're going to put it in legs first because that will put them in the back of the oven, the legs in the back of the oven, because that's the hottest part of the oven. You do not have to baste this turkey at all. It just takes care of itself. You've got the foil tent on it, which keeps a lot of the skin when it starts to crisp up from spattering, which will keep the smoke levels down. You might want to take the foil off about 10 minutes before the cooking time is over. And for a 12 3/4 pound turkey, which is what I have, I will put it in at 500 degrees for about an hour and 20 minutes, roughly. And at that point, we'll be testing with a thermometer. So that's it, and we're ready to cook. Okay, it's been about an hour and 20 minutes, so I'm going to open the oven here, which is very hot. 500 degrees for an hour and 20 minutes is very, very hot. So make sure if you have mitts, you actually wear them, because sometimes it's a little spattery too, so it protects your arms if there's any spatter happening. We're going to take our meat thermometer and we're going to put it right in the thickest part of the thigh of the bird, which is about right here. And you put it in, you don't want to touch the bone, so if you hit a bone, pull it out a little bit more. And the temperature should be around 170 degrees. So this is actually at 170 now, so we're going to take it out of the oven. And just be very careful again, because this is extremely hot. Here's our turkey, and I took off the tinfoil tent about 10 minutes before it was supposed to be done. So that was about an hour and 10-15 minutes into the cooking time. And that allows the turkey to brown really nicely on the outside. And now that the turkey is out of the oven, and it's at 170 degrees, we have to let it rest for about 20 to 25 minutes. That allows all the juices to kind of go back into the bird, and so when you cut it, the juices all won't run out. They'll stay in, and you'll have nice, moist meat for your turkey dinner.